Everybody, welcome. Finally just got in. I'm heading back, and I thought I would spend the last 10 minutes talking, and it wasn't even on. I didn't hit the button, so I apologize, but what a day today. It's been kind of crazy. But we're getting back to normal, so I want to thank you guys if you were with me on the morning drive this morning. I kind of went on a little rant. Things are, I kind of came to realize that what was important to me, we were talking about it this morning. My wife came to me and she said, now this is a woman I've been married to for 30 years, and she was saying, she was kind of getting the point across to me that while we've lived our life, we raised our kids and we've had businesses and gave away businesses and have done things that we've never ever chased money. We've never worried about it. We had a house built years ago, but when the housing market, that boom fell, we ended up being one of the ones that were hurt by everything. And so over the last, however many years, 10 years, or I don't know how long it's been, but, we've been renting, and it never bothered me because, it just never bothered me. But to her, it was important. She doesn't want to rent. She wants her own house, and I told her, I says, well, we've lost everything in this hurricane. So we pretty much, I said, you're going to have to wait till we rebuild our credit and get everything back to where we can afford to do that. But she's at the age, she's 12 years older than I am. So she was just kind of letting me know how disappointed she was that we weren't back on the same ground we were before. And I kind of realized, boy, you don't think about those things as you go through life. A lot of times you do things for other people, you raise your kids, you keep your head down, you do all the right things, but then as you get older, now you look back and I go, wow, I never worried about money, but now I can see where she's concerned about wanting a house of her own. She wants to put a nail in the wall to hang a picture. She doesn't want to have to worry about it, and it kills you too. And you guys have probably experienced this where normally when you do something for someone else, it makes you feel good, but when you can't do something for someone that you care the most for, it kind of tears you. So, I've been trying to just kind of keep that and not lose it over that, because it was really one of those things where sometimes you just, what are you going to do? You kind of doing what you can do, but if you can't change it, and it's something that's really important to someone you love, boy, I'm going to tell you guys, there's no worse feeling in the world, knowing that you can't do the one thing that person in your life really wants you to do. And it's not because you don't want to do it, you just, it's a time thing. It's going to take time, it's going to take patience, you've got to make it happen. See, before, we never worried about anything. I mean, we had businesses, we were not, we never wanted for anything. We didn't even worry about paydays or anything. It was whatever the money went in, it went in. We weren't rich by any stretch of the imagination, but we also were very blessed. We were a lot more fortunate than some people, and we gave away a lot of things, and I donated cars to charity instead of selling them, and we did things like that where it was never an issue. Money was never. I always believed if you do it for money, you're going to be miserable. Because some people spend their whole life chasing the dollar, and they're miserable. And I've never chased the dollar, and for the most part, I've been very happy. I have kids that are well-grounded, that I've raised. My wife and I have kids that have kids of their own, and we couldn't be luckier in that respect. But then, as she pointed out, she's not getting any younger, nor am I, but it kills you, man, when you can't do something for that person in your life that you really, I spent the better part of my life, more than 50% of my life with the same woman, and it just I wouldn't change a single day of it. It's one of those things where, and I've said this before, if you're hooked, you're in love when you've been married 30 years and you can't imagine what it would be like to wake up and not have that person there with you. And it's that type of a thing. It doesn't, we talk about it all the time, my wife and I, and we'll sit there and go, does it really seem like 30 years? And her and I both are like, no, because our life has been in a constant, never-ending change. Always, not always good, but exciting and different, and we've been able to move around and do the things we want to do, and you know, sometimes things work out great, sometimes you got to readjust. That's life, but we've never, you know, I've never wanted to change a single day, and hopefully, I'm pretty certain she feels the same way. I mean, there's been, you know, I look at and I think to myself, anybody in this world that can tolerate me, I am all those. I am juvenile, I am childish, I'm immature, I'm all those things that most women would walk away from and go, oh my God, you know. But, you know, she has been everything, all my ridiculous crap that I put her through, and, you know, and she's still here. And I you know, and I keep telling her, you know, maybe one day, you know, God will smile on her and she'll find somebody more deserving, because, you know, she is everything that I could aspire to be. She's got the kindest heart. She is the epitome of everything in life that is good. That's how she is. She's not callous. She's just an amazing person, and I have no idea how she ended up with me. I feel sorry for her sometimes, because I'm a pain in the ass. I know I am. I mean, I know that. And she still tolerates me. I don't know why. It's not for the money and not for the looks. So, you know, I have no idea. But I'm blessed that she has. I'm lucky that she still, you know, after all these years, tolerates me. But I do know that it hurts. It hurts her when she doesn't have a place of her own. You know, she doesn't have home anymore. And she's, you know, as I said, she's 12 years older than I am, so we have that age difference where she's getting to that point. You know, she's now retired, and she wants home. She wants a place for her, you know, to have the grandkids over and everything, you know. And I understand that, and it kills me when she talks about it and when she'll bring that up, and I just feel like, you know, and then of course I'm always thinking, okay, what can I do to change it? How can I go ahead? And that's where I was, if you were tuned in like last Wednesday or Thursday, I was talking about the possibility of finding a media platform. And I had a couple investors, then the hurricane hit, and they decided if I wasn't willing to move back out to Florida, they weren't going to invest. And for about 2 minutes, I thought about it. But at the time, you know, I'm working here, my wife was working, my son was working. We were all kind of rooted here in Florida. Now I look back and kick myself because I really want to go back to Arizona anyway. I should have just went. But, you know, we all make mistakes and you learn from them, hopefully, unless you're like me and you're just too dumb to learn from your mistakes. But I do want to make sure it's important. And she's never asked me for anything but home, you know. And for me, renting to me, it was great, but it just makes no difference where I hang my hat. I was saying it this morning, you could take everything I own, put me on a street corner in my underwear, and a year from now I'd build everything back up, I'd be okay. But I think that's not good enough for her. She doesn't want to just be okay. She wants to know that at the end of the day, nobody can knock on her front door and, you know, take her house away if it's hers. So, yeah, it's one of those things, guys. I'm starting to feel, is there fire? I have, like, visibility, guys. I don't know if you can see out these windows. But, yeah, I hit this bridge, It's like I'm in a cloud right now. It's the weirdest thing. I mean, I can't even see the water. Normally I can see the water. Wow, man. So it must be getting ready to rain, but it's not raining, or... I wonder if that's weird. Anyway, I digress. Hey, I did want to say thanks, guys, for watching the morning stream. If you watched the morning one, I apologize. I've been down a few days. I did finish all my classes. I'm done with all 5. That was a good stress off my shoulders. But there are some of these issues that, I was talking to my wife, and the stress kind of gets to you. And I went, you know what? I just need some me time. But I wasn't feeling good all weekend. I just wasn't feeling well. So I tried to put that out of my mind. And I think a lot has to do with, I don't know if you were on the morning stream. I blew it. Man. Thursday or Friday I went to see a movie. Friday night, I think. Saturday I saw some movies. But I had the popcorn without even thinking about this. I've been trying to watch the carbs, trying to change the lifestyle. And I threw it all out the window. And then, of course, once you do it on Friday and Saturday, what the hell? You have something on Sunday, and then Monday. It just kind of snowballed. Now I find myself, I got to get back onto it. I got to get back onto where I was. And mindset was, I talked myself into it. I didn't need any of the crap. Didn't even have a taste for any of the crap I ate. I just talked myself into it. Self-sabotage, it's too good to be true. I was dropping weight from 305 down to 274. Weight was coming off, so it was too good to be true. I had to self-sabotage myself so I could screw that up. Kind of a pattern there, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to get back on the wagon and just start going back to what they say. If you can do it for 30 days or whatever, it'll become a habit. But it didn't work with me. I've been doing it since January 1st. But I'm trying. I am trying, guys, and I'll get back on it. But thanks again for watching this morning. If you watched, thanks again. If you're actually with me on the drive home today, thanks. I appreciate you. Hopefully you'll stop by tonight. I am going to do the live stream at about 7. So I'll try and be there at 7 o'clock plus or minus, and get back on my schedule to where I don't want to get that burnout. But I've tried. So I switched the channel. I went from the chit chat on Twitch and that to another channel, a poker channel, because I was playing. When chat gets kind of slow, I just go and I play some poker or whatnot. So I put us over onto that channel. I'm going to put it back. I just kind of finding where I'm going to get the most. What makes it really great is in chat, when people are chatting and you're talking, it's a lot easier. You can talk about anything, but when you're just kind of there, sometimes you play the games and just the chat's not active. You don't got a lot of people chatting. It's easier just to play the games, talk to yourself, and do it that way. So I don't know. It's going to be good tonight. I'll be there at 7. Once again, I apologize, guys, for abandoning you over the weekend, last couple days. But we'll get back on track with everything. If for some reason, I don't know, it might be somebody watching. If for some reason, Mixer, Twitch, I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know if Mixer, and you can actually go ahead and put those on my Twitch channel. I want to see my alerts go off when I get the bids. Or if you have $1, you can throw you go ahead and throw a tip there, or I want to see the alerts go off. De-virginize me. So if you're on Twitch and you happen to be on tonight at 7 when I'm on, de-virginize me if you can, and throw a bid, throw a $1, whatever you can, just to see. I want to see if the overlay I have, sometimes it'll go off, sometimes it won't, and I'm kind of wondering, and I think a lot of that has to do with, I go on whatever I have on Twitch. So when I'm actually going now, like for example, right now, if you follow me on Twitch, I wouldn't even see it when I log on until, I look at the side to see who's following, but it wouldn't send the alert. So I'm thinking a lot of times the reason I don't see the actual alerts come up for followers are because they're not doing it during my stream when I'm at home watching it. That's all I can think of, because, with 40 people, I should have seen that follow me or the follower alert at least 40 times, and I haven't seen it but maybe 10, 5 or 10 times total. But I do appreciate you. If I haven't said it, hang on one sec. Hold on. Normally I don't have a poor connection here. Normally, guys, I don't have a poor connection here, but it seems like I got caught in one back there. What I was saying, though, is if you poor connection crap bothers me. But I don't know if it's choppy or if it'll just string out what I'm saying. I have no idea. No idea why my connection right now. This strip here, I never get a poor connection. And today on the way, I've seen it already several times say poor connection. But in any event, if you can, jump on tonight. Love to see you guys. I do appreciate everybody that follows me. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the live stream. The morning drive and the afternoon drive on the way home, this is kind of where I get to think out loud and say whatever. And today, I was going to talk a little bit about the guy the Smollett or whatever the guy's name from Empire is, and his whole situation. But you know what? I saw that whole thing, and I kind of, from the very beginning, figured it was hokey, because here's my thought. Just human nature. Think about this, guys. And tell me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But if you're out and somebody kicks the shit out of you, they beat you up, and they say all these nasty things, and they throw a noose around your neck, and then they leave. When they leave, what's the first thing you're going to do? I would think the first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab that noose and you're going to throw it off you. You're not going to have that around your neck and leave it there. But when I saw, I guess he walked into the hotel, or he walked into the place, had it around his neck, and I'm like, okay, let's be real, just human nature. And as soon as I heard that and I saw the little thing, I'm like, that's got to be a mistake, because that's how I was kind of sure from the very beginning it was a hoax, because you just don't do that. You don't leave it on your neck and walk from the scene of the crime anywhere with it around your neck. I don't know. So anyway, it didn't sit right with me. He didn't just make this up to be whatever. I'm stage this motherfucker. But it was legit. If he's one of these, if he's just another example of a fanatical Democrat, if that's, I hope, hopefully this is not choppy. I hate it when he didn't. I'm hoping it was legitimate. I hope it was legitimate. I hope he didn't make it up. I'm hoping he doesn't lose his career. But if he made it up, he deserves to lose it and never be hired again. Be an outcast, because just one more example of another fanatical Democrat that deserves everything that comes his way. So anyway, guys, I was going to talk about that. I'm not going to go into it now as much, but coming up to the house soon here, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. Hopefully I'll see you tonight. Have a great afternoon, everyone. This poor connection shit's got to go. I don't know what the deal it is. So I'm going to say goodbye, guys. I'll see you a little bit later tonight if you jump on. Otherwise, have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow morning. if you join me on the morning drive.